Hi there, it's Elise Kopp, your 55 plus realtor here in the greater Las Vegas area. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. If you're new, if you've been here, welcome back. I'm happy to have you here. But for today's video, I wanted to share a little bit on a topic that I get questions about from time to time from clients. And that topic is Del Webb at Lake Las Vegas. What are the pros and what are the cons? Now, I have previously shared a video where I really deep dive into Del Webb at Lake Las Vegas, everything you need to know about the community, walk you through the model homes. So if you'd really like to learn more about this community in more detail, please feel free to check out that video. But for today's video, we're really just going to be focusing on the pros and the cons. Now, if you did take something away from today's video or enjoyed it, I would so appreciate it if you could take this time to leave a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see any of my future videos and help me in supporting my channel, I would so appreciate it if you could subscribe right down below this video. Now, without any further ado, we'll get right along into Del Webb at Lake Las Vegas, the pros and the cons. Now, we're gonna start out really good with the pros on Del Webb at Lake Las Vegas. The first pro I'm going to share with you is the fact that this community features absolutely beautiful views of the water featured in Lake Las Vegas, along with the mountains. Lake Las Vegas is very hilly, so you get very nice views of the hills, mountains around you, and you also do have the 310-acre man-made lake. So if being near a water attraction is important to you, or the activities that come with being near the water are important to you, this is definitely something you will want to explore. The second pro I'm going to share with you about Del Webb at Lake Las Vegas is the fact that this is a resort-like 55 plus community. Now, not only is Lake Las Vegas itself, take Del Webb out of the equation, the most resort retreat-like portion of the greater Vegas area. Nowhere else will feel more resort-like than Lake Las Vegas, just because it really does have a small town feel. You have your grocery store, you have the marina with the shops and the restaurants, but it definitely takes you out of the big city feel that you may feel in other parts of Las Vegas or Henderson. Now, adding on to Lake Las Vegas itself, Del Webb is a 55 plus community. If you're not familiar with Del Webb, they have a name and a reputation in 55 plus communities all over the country that goes back many, many decades. They know how to do 55 plus living right, and its amenities, the homes, the lifestyle. Del Webb just does a beautiful job, whether it's a new community or an already established community. So Lake Las Vegas does have an incredible clubhouse within the community. You do have an outdoor pool along with a fantastic fitness center. The clubhouse is about 10,000 square feet and is absolutely packed with all sorts of different clubs and amenities that you can be a part of if you choose to do so. That is definitely an enrichment that you don't get in every single community in Lake Las Vegas. Now, the third pro I will share with you today is the fact that Del Webb at Lake Las Vegas is a newer or new construction community. Depending on whether or not you buy a resale home, given this community has been developing since 2019, or you build from scratch from the ground up with the builder. There are all sorts of warranties in place when you are buying a brand new build home or one that is on the newer side. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. Del Webb Pulte is known for building a really solid quality home, but I did want to bring that to your attention because that is definitely a pro to buying new or newer construction. The fourth pro I'm going to share with you is the fact that almost every single home in Del Webb at Lake Las Vegas features a front courtyard. So if you are someone who enjoys your backyard time, but also enjoys the idea of having a front courtyard, that's a really neat feature that we don't have in every single one of our 55 plus communities. It's actually not all too common here in the greater Vegas area. So if you do like the idea of having a front courtyard, I thought that was a fun item to throw in. Definitely a pro to living in this community. The fifth pro I'm going to share with you is the easy maintenance-free lifestyle that you get living in this community, Del Webb at Lake Las Vegas. Because we are in the desert, The homes in this community do feature desert mature landscaping. So besides your drip irrigation, which is usually set to a timer, changes depending on the season you're in, you're really not gonna have to worry about much maintenance. You're not gonna have to mow full lawn or do all that comes with landscaping and maintaining a backyard or front yard. And the sixth and final pro I'm going to share with you in today's video is the fact that Del Webb at Lake Las Vegas is a concierge gated community. Now there is a gate that allows you into the community, but there is also a call box with a concierge present. So if you have guests and whatnot, very easy to get into the community as long as you grant them access. But there definitely is a level of security that you get living in this community. Now we'll move along into the cons for this community. Although Del Webb at Lake Las Vegas is great, there are certain cons that you may want to keep in mind if you're considering making a move to this community. Now, number one are going to be the high lot premiums in Del Webb at Lake Las Vegas. Going back to 2019, I remember when lots came available in this community that featured lake view lots. Those lots were selling just for the lot itself, you guys, for $200,000 to $300,000, not even factoring what it takes to build the home itself and all the options, modifications, upgrades that you may put into the home. So if hefty lot premiums intimidate you, keep in mind with lakeview lot homes or homes that feature spectacular views of the mountains, those homes may come with some sort of a lot premium. I can walk you through that process and how we are able to negotiate on that front, but that's definitely something to keep in mind in this community. The second con I'll share with you about Del Webb at Lake Las Vegas is the fact that their association fee is higher than some of our other 55 plus communities. When you factor in the HOA for Del Webb at Lake Las Vegas, the master plan of Lake Las Vegas, and the SID lid fee, you are looking at just over $400 a month to live in this community. So if that is something that's important to you, you want to keep your monthly HOA under a certain amount, you may want to take that into consideration. The third con I'm going to share with you is the fact that just be cautious. Sometimes cell reception in Lake Las Vegas can get a little bit spotty. Obviously within your home, there are all sorts of different boosters you can get, but when you step out of your home and you're driving around Del Webb at Lake Las Vegas or just the Lake Las Vegas area as a whole, just keep in mind that there are certain parts where the cell reception can get spotty. The fourth con I'm going to share with you is the fact that, as I mentioned earlier, Lake Las Vegas is very resort and retreat-like, but with that comes being a little bit further out from the Strip and the airport and some of the shops and restaurants and major medical facilities that are outside of Lake Las Vegas. So I will tell you, nothing is more than a 30-minute drive here in the greater Vegas area, even with traffic usually. So you're not gonna be driving typically more than 30 to max 45 minutes to the airport or the Strip. The fifth con I'll share with you is the fact that Lake Las Vegas is still developing. Now, outside of Del Webb, which should finish construction in the next 2 to 3 years, Lake Las Vegas as a whole has really boomed, especially in these past 5 to 10 years. So there is lots of construction going on around you. It usually never obstructs, the easy access ways to get in and out of the community. Your major roads are typically not affected, but if the idea of living in an area that's still developing is something that might not be appealing to you, you might want to keep that in mind when looking in Lake Las Vegas. And the sixth con I'll share with you, which may be a pro to some people, is the fact that because Del Webb at Lake Las Vegas is newer construction, typically you are looking at a smaller yard if you were to compare it to an already established community outside of Lake Las Vegas. Typically, the newer you get, the smaller the lot. Obviously, that is all subject to the lot you purchase and where you sit within the community. But just keep in mind, typically you're going to have smaller yards in communities like Del Webb at Lake Las Vegas. So this is just scratching the surface on a few different pros and cons on Del Webb at Lake Las Vegas. This really is a gem of a community. You cannot find a community like Del Webb at Lake Las Vegas. anywhere else in the greater Las Vegas area, whether that's Las Vegas, North Las Vegas, or Henderson. So it's definitely worth checking out. If you find yourself gravitating towards Del Webb at Lake Las Vegas, or might be interested in any of our other 55 plus or traditional communities, I will leave my phone number here on the screen. I would love to connect with you, learn a little bit about your story, where you're coming from, to see if the greater Las Vegas area might be a good fit for you. I want to thank you for taking the time to watch today's video. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you.